legislation which did not belong in the law books. The court ruled it did not have jurisdiction to rule on the matter. For more on this story, let's now cross live to our reporter Mlungisi Kumalo, who is outside the Newcastle Magistrate's Court covering the story. But before we talk to Mlungisi, let's first listen to this short clip.
With regard to the Trespass Act, we think that we will, like the court said, it's a point to be argued in defense in the lower court if the charges against us continue. So we are appealing directly to the Constitutional Court, because by referring the Section 18(2)(b for confirmation by the Constitutional Court, we have one leg inside the Constitutional Court. We just have to ask the Constitutional Court to allow us to bring both legs in the Constitutional Court and argue that matter directly in the Constitutional Court. So we've partially, gained access to the Constitutional Court, and that's where we ultimately wanted to go.
That was last week in Pretoria. Right now, let's go to Newcastle. Mlungisi, firstly, we understand that Malema won't be attending the case today. Can you confirm this?
Yes, Des, I can confirm with you that Julius Malema will not be attending today's court proceedings. Now, as far as I understand, that they are looking at a possible postponement, perhaps August. Now, this is according to the legal team that we interacted with today. Look, naturally, here at the Newcastle Magistrate Court, you would see a large number of EFF supporters gathered over here. Traffic would have been brought to a total standstill if Malema were to come here, but unfortunately he has not come over here. Now, in the clip that you've just played, you also recalled that Julius Malema said that they were now going to challenge the constitutionality of the Riotous Act of 1956. Also quite interesting enough, I've now gotten word that the court case has been remanded for the 9th of September. So this is when Julius Malema is going to make his way back into the court. Now, we also understand that last week Julius Malema's case was also dismissed by the North Gauteng High Court in Pretoria. We also understand now that Julius Malema is now going to challenge this law, the Riotous Act of 1956. And of course, we are here outside court. No members of the EFF are here, as far as we know. We also spoke to the provincial EFF, who also mentioned to us that as soon as Malema is now taking up his matter to the Constitutional Court, then after they will then get a directive from EFF leaders as to whether they should come to court next time he appears or next time he should not appear.
You've just spoken about that challenge that he lost last week. How will that impact this case?
Well, you understand, there's one of the main reasons that Julius Malema and the EFF took the matter up to the Gauteng High Court was for them to try and sort of scrap this matter at this court. You understand that in the year 2014 and in the year 2016, rather, EFF leader Julius Malema made a remark when he addressed EFF supporters, telling them that they should go out in their numbers and that belong to white people. And of course, as a result of that, AfriForum then took Malema to court. And of course, we understand that he's also appearing in Bloemfontein for that particular matter, and is now also appearing in the Newcastle court for that particular matter. So should Malema have won, should the High Court reached an agreement, or court passed out an agreement which stated that the law indeed was unconstitutional, that would mean that Julius Malema would not have to make his way to the court. But now we found out that that bid, which means that he now has to come back to court. And also, the last time that when we were here, the states did indicate to us, they also did indicate to Malema's legal team that they were ready to proceed ahead and with the trial. And of course, Julius Malema's legal team said that before they proceed with the trial, indeed, they want to ensure that they challenge the constitutionality of the Riotous Act of 1956. So now that he's lost this bid, that means that he has to come back next time to court, of course, on the 9th of September. Of course, also will be determined by whether the Constitutional Court dismisses or is in favor with this latest bid in court.
Ndonga, thank you so much for that update. You're watching The Agenda. Let's take a break. When we return.